sip wine.
What is poppin', everyone?
It's poppin'.
How you niggas doing?
Niggas are feeling amazing.
Niggas are feeling amazing, kind of, sort of.
We feeling blessed.
We're feeling blessed. How
I mean, you have a new apartment.
I
have
a
new lease on life. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I'm just feeling amazing this week. So we're just gonna say it's because I'm feeling renewed.
Okay, yeah. I've been like working hard on getting set up. I'm like so determined to get this set up a certain time. And I'm just like, I'm not even like easing up on it. I'm like, I gotta get this ready.
Yeah, I think my good sis has stressed herself out beyond compare. I think it's like, you know, the whole idea of just wanting everything to be together before you invite people over.
That's
really what it is.
That's what it is. I remember
I was like, I want this shit done. Remember when I was cussing out the people because I didn't have any fucking furniture? Y'all was just sitting in my fucking apartment.
Yeah.
So I feel what you mean. Yeah. But because I went through it, I understand it's really not that serious because your friends don't even really give a fuck.
Y'all don't, but I give a fuck.
I know. We just be happy. We be like, damn, bitch, you at your mama's house. That's all we care about.
So don't forget our fucking Patreon, y'all.
Yep.
I feel like we need y'all to
subscribe.
You know,
pay for something, okay?
Pay for something. You can start at a $5 level. You can also get a $20 level.
You can get the $10 one.
Level, you know?
I know we in a pandemic, and you know y'all feel like y'all popping bottles. Y'all still spending money on bitches. So spend money on these bitches, okay?
You get our extended tea time. You get our twerking videos. You get our
sexual Q&As,
and you get our merch that we don't have yet. But trust me, we'll get on some merch.
We speaking into existence. We're getting sponsorships, we're getting merch, and we're gonna have a live show all in 2021. We're only in February, but I'm affirming it, and I'm going to keep saying
that.
And
I believe all that too.
Yes.
And while you're at it, don't forget our YouTube. Our good sis Ami works very hard on that. So and you subscribe, mention, like, share. You know, add us, whatever it comes with you. I don't really know what about YouTube. So
girl, I don't either, but I'm doing my goddamn thing on YouTube.
We gotta meet up
respect
with our
the hustle. Respect
and Denise.
the hustle. Okay.
You know, we haven't done that yet, but Jew, we're gonna meet up with you later. And don't forget, also we have Sip and Review, where you send us shit and we review it. You know, as you said before, we're not opposed to buying stuff at a discounted price. So especially if you're a black-owned business, we want to support y'all, and we want to, you know, we can help you out. You help us out. You scratch your back, especially, you know, it's a win-win situation right here.
So just tap in with us. We're actually dropping one this Friday. Even though we do one slim to, like, you know, it's like we said earlier, it's very scattered, but we're trying to be more on schedule because we want to post some content for y'all. Yeah. So y'all don't forget about us because, you know,
I really want to do Sip and Review like twice a month.
I can do, like at least one every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think that's
send us shit, y'all,
so we can review it.
Or even just like send us someone that y'all think that we should review. Because like
that's a good idea.
We're not even opposed to that as well. We just need to be exposed to more people to get those kind of connections down.
Right. And the girls are back at it again with another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill when we create conversations. Oh wow.
Sipping wine.
I go ahead and thug motherfucking Sammy.
And I'm ambitious Sage Queen Teray. Period.
So looking at some fun fact.
Okay. So my fun fact is this is the first time in 7 years I'm not gonna have a Valentine.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I guess because we were already talking about it, and I was like, honestly, I think Valentine's Day is like a vanity thing, and it's not really that serious to me because when I was in a relationship, we weren't doing Valentine's Day big anyways.
Okay.
So I think Valentine's Day is more for people that are single in their singleness and they're like enjoying the process of being with someone new and doing new shit. Because when you're in a relationship, Valentine's Day don't really hit the same. I
disagree with you. I feel like Valentine's Day is... but you know, I'm also a materialistic person.
Yeah, you are. You're very materialistic.
So don't say I'm not very materialistic. I am slightly materialistic. But that's just the evil woman in me. You know, if you're Nigerian, you understand. But I want Valentine's Day to be a big deal. You know, especially to me. Whatever.
You know what you gonna get for Valentine's Day?
What?
Pussy.
No, I believe in giving a man a gift for Valentine's Day. It's a big deal for me.
I think I will give you a gift when you're not my nigga. When you're my nigga, I pay the light bill this month.
I don't think pussy's a gift.
It is a gift today. Shit.
That's the same pussy you got yesterday and the same pussy you get tomorrow.
Bro, Valentine's Day pussy gonna hit harder because...
What you gonna do different on Valentine's Day that you didn't do before?
Suck that nigga's dick from the back. I'm lying, y'all.
I guess that is a good bitch.
Because I don't know if I'm ever gonna get that close to somebody nigga's ass.
I know, right? Can you imagine having your nose in a nigga's ass? Like, will your nose be in his ass? I don't know. I don't know. I guess it depends on how big the dick is.
Honestly, let's be real. Like, one of us should try it out and then speak about it.
It's not gonna be me.
It's not gonna be you?
I would never suck a nigga's dick from the back.
But you said that you would before.
And then we talk about how we talk about shit that we would never do in real life on the show, okay? So, you know for a fact, I will never, ever suck a nigga's dick from the back. Ever. I mean, unless you got some, like, that huge dick.
The captain hook will be right there by his booty.
Because that dick Nelly showed us. If you got that kind of dick, I might suck from the back. Because it's just so long.
Honestly, if you have a dick that big, all I'm doing is sucking your dick. Why? Bro, when I say this nigga's dick was as tall as he was, and he was at least 6'5".
That was the biggest dick I've
ever seen in my entire life.
I watch porn frequently.
At this point, it was definitely a prosthetic dick. There ain't no way that you just walking around with that big ass dick and your shit's not hurting.
He literally has a third leg. Like, no shit show.
Oh my God, he has a third body. Like, that
Girl,
shit was just like...
If you had that kind of dick, I might suck him in the back.
Girl. Because it's nowhere near the booty. You're by his foot at this point.
All right,
Bitch, where's your fun fact?
My fun fact? Wow.
We were talking so much, so you didn't even say your fun fact. You thought you were going to get out of it, bitch?
My fun fact is, I got a bidet, y'all, so...
clean your ass, niggas. While she's sucking your dick from the back, clean your booty before.
Girl, exactly. Not exactly, actually. I just realized what you said. So now you know, if you want to eat my ass, I got a clean booty. Honestly, shout out to Anna for getting me from my Amazon wish list. Like, you a real one. I love the bidet. Honestly, you should invest in it. Like, it's such a good feeling after you get your booty clean. One, you get to save money because you don't need wet wipes anymore. Because that was why I have wet wipes to clean my booty, but now my booty
I'm just going to say every nigga should get a bidet because they don't wash their asses when we know
you already know that.
Yeah,
so yeah, get a bidet. It's wonderful. Wine back time so we can get into some tea time. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I did not write anything down because I've had a long day, so I'm just going to read off the bottle. I got this wine. I was at Total Wine today, and I got it because it was Argentina, and the last time we had Argentina wine, I really liked it, so I want to try it. It's called Phoebus or Phoebus. Maybe Phoebus.
Let me see.
Phoebus.
Yeah. I don't know.
Phoebus Mendoza. It's a 2018 Malbec. It's a red wine, of course. It is made from 80-year-old Malbec vines. This is an elegant example of Argentina's most representative grape, showing a delicate balance between dark fruit and French oak. It has 14.5% alcohol content in this bottle, and that's one of the reasons why I got it, besides it being from Argentina. And we're going to try it out and see if we like it. What is it paired with? I don't know. I'm going to say black dick because that's what I can say best. Okay.
But why did you pour yours first?
Oh, shit.
First and foremost.
We never do that.
But, yeah. Question. I don't know. This is what I was thinking when you said Malbec grapes. How do you just decide one day this is what the grape is going to be called? I know it's like a stupid...
Why, people?
Like, y'all niggas are just like, this is a Chardonnay grape. This is a Malbec grape. This is what separates
maybe
the
it's from
red
where
blend
it's
from
like from where it grew or how it... I don't know. There's some
That's what I know. I feel
it.
like we drink too much wine for us not to know these things. I think I'm going to up my wine knowledge this year as well, just so I can come in this bitch and just say some real profound shit. And y'all like, damn, she's a phenomenal woman with some great,
I'm not gonna lie,
mindful thoughts.
I worked at a whole nice ass wine bar and I did not learn shit. Did not bother to learn shit, and I'm not bothering to learn this. I think wine.
You gotta invest in your craft.
Yeah, I'm investing in podcasting. that's what I'm investing in.
I just want to be a crafty bitch because I just like when I'm around niggas that don't really know anything about wine. I'm like, yeah, did you know that Malbec grapes only are grown in Argentina? Like, I just feel like that's something real profound. They're looking at you like, damn, she drinking wine. I'm like, If you know I know that about wine, guess how my pussy tastes.
There's no correlation.
Shut the fuck
at
up.
all. But you know, I like what you did there. All right, so let's do some tea time.
Can we cheers to another messy ass episode?
I'm just too excited to get this episode over with because I want some oysters.
Right, the oysters have really been calling my name.
I was calling my name since I woke up this morning.
I told the man that I'm talking to, I'm like, I want some oysters. And he was just like, that just shit just sounded disgusting. He said, you be talking about oysters way too much. And I said, if you try oysters, I'll try guacamole. He said, that's not a fair trade-off because I don't want you to try guacamole.
I think I love oysters. I actually put you on this oyster.
You did. Yeah. And I said, I used to be a non-believer too. And I said, now that I've been saved, I want to bring you on to the bright side.
You just get over the texture. I feel like raw oysters and steamed oysters are two different things. I understand people who don't like raw oysters.
So I already tried this before you even said anything.
Is it good?
It's dry. It's dry as fuck. But it's really light.
Yeah, it's not like hurt your throat kind of dry. But it is very dry.
Hit different. Hit different.
Yeah, I don't mind this.
I don't mind it either.
I don't see myself chugging it like I usually do, but I can drink it.
I just feel like red wine make me feel like a different ass bitch. Like, I'm a red wine hoe. Y'all know that. Actually, that should be my nickname next week, red wine hoe. Because if it ain't red wine, I ain't got time.
I can't wait to do that thing where I'm, make a bubble bath, pour my little red wine in my
and then just sit in your bathtub, showing your legs on Instagram.
Showing my legs on Instagram like all the Instagram hoes do. Okay, I'm about to be y'all.
It's the Instagram hoes for me.
Okay, let's time finally get some motherfucking tea time. All right, Gorilla Glue girl.
Gorilla Glue hoe.
GGG.
G, the motherfucking G.
So let's get into a little background. There was a woman that put Gorilla Glue
adhesive spray
to her head because she didn't have any more gossipy glue.
And she wanted a very slick ponytail. Because y'all know how we be nowadays. We try to walk around.
Slick. So she just thought it was a good idea to put this on her head. And unfortunately, it stayed on her head for a good month. She has had the same hairstyle for over a month. And she tried washing it off. She tried putting conditioner in. She tried to do everything she can to get this out of her head until she was like, let me make a video and tell y'all where I'm at. So hopefully I get some advice on how to get this on her head. And this bitch just shot to fame. Like, she just got some followers. She got some money.
She got the blue check.
She got a blue check. Like, I'm just like, how you get, famous off of being stupid, doing some stupid ass shit.
I'm gonna say I was really about to hit at that note. I said it's the ignorance for me.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why that shit don't even look like you would put. It's like Gorilla Glue is meant for wood and for like
carpenter work or like putting like anything that has to do with furniture or like stuff like that.
On the can, it says adhesive.
Yeah.
Adhesive is never on anything except like wig glue shit.
Yeah.
So it's like adhesive is something that's extremely strong. So I don't know what.
And it's called Gorilla Glue. Like gorillas are the strongest shit in the world. Like it's her hair is never gonna be the same. She has sealed her follicles up. She will never have hair ever again. I don't know what the fuck is about to happen to this bitch, but it's the process for me. I love watching the process of how it's happening.
I don't give a fuck about the process. I don't know why everyone is giving her so much clout off the fact that she did some stupid shit.
I feel like everyone's just invested on what's gonna happen.
That's the problem
it's crazy.
with black people as a whole. We go to ignorance. Why are we not coming together for a common goal and something for positivity? Why is it because this bitch was ignorant? Like, it's not even like a cause to follow. The fact that you say you're following
something that you can accidentally do, because you cannot accidentally mix up Gorilla Glue and the Gorilla Hair Glue, because one, it's not even on the same aisle.
It's not on the same aisle.
You
so this woman went into Walmart.
Honestly, you think this bitch is on purpose?
Would it surprise me?
The way her eyes were looking now.
I mean, let's just be real. What did Offset say? Do anything for clout. So, I mean, it's really, you made $11K off this shit.
Probably more at this point.
Really? And you got celebrities feeling sorry for you.
Yeah, like, commenting on her, DMing her.
I'm going to say, Chance the Rapper, sir. Mind your fucking business. When I saw he was like, I feel so bad. And, sir, worry about the community.
I don't feel bad for her because
at all.
You don't put that type. Yeah, I don't even put hair glue on my hair.
And she's like, what, 40 years old?
She's old?
Yes, at your 40-year-old age, you thought it was a great fucking idea to put some Gorilla adhesive into your hair. Lord Jesus, stop me now.
Bro, she's never going to have hair ever again in her life.
I don't know. She's never going to. The thing is, you're known off of the fact of your stupidity.
Her name is Gorilla Glue Girl.
Bitch,
that's what people call her.
At this point, like, with the blue contacts.
With the girl, when she made that video and she was looking like this, I got scared. I'm like, why did this look at me like this? What I do to you? Like,
maybe the girl it seeped into her follicles.
Bro.
And like it messed up one of her motors where her eyes are just.
I'm like, bitch, are you gonna talk her? Bitch, the first 10 seconds she was looking at me like that. Like, bitch, what I do to you? Anyways.
It's fucking.
Anyways,
more pressing matters. The baby is finally single again. It's my fucking turn. It's my fucking turn.
I guess Yellow Bone was not what he wanted. Okay, so it's like she put up
Yellow Bone is what he wants. She must have not been talking about the baby when she said that shit.
I mean, honestly, they broke up, y'all, and I'm like, I knew it was gonna happen. Their relationship was too like forced to me. You know,
I don't think it was forced, but you know, they always say a relationship lasts if the man likes you more than you like him.
I think that
you know, she was on that nigga's dick from jumpity jump.
Yeah, she liked him way
more. Like this nigga this is how I knew you liked him more than he liked you. You was posting his artist music on your page, not even his songs. It would be, what was it, Stunna 4 times? That his name? Yeah. She always be like, was posting his shit, and I'm just like, you know what? It's the support for me.
Right, and I 100% believe in supporting your man, but why would you just support your nigga's man? You know, your man's nigga. Whatever.
Your man's man.
Your man's man. Like, you can't get that. You gotta pay me to post this shit.
I mean, respectfully, I understand.
You think you got a chance with the baby?
Of course.
Will you ever see this man?
Who knows? Bitch, we don't know.
Slide in his DM.
But you don't know where we're gonna be. We're gonna be famous.
No, just slide in his DM right now. Let's see what happens.
Shit, bitch, I'm probably not gonna get far in life, but
I'm gonna like me and Gerald Green. That nigga never opened a DM for
let me go to the baby's page right fucking now, cause you never know.
It's not impossible. I've had a couple celebrities in my DMs. It's possible.
I mean, I've had people with blue checks in my fucking DMs, but I'm gonna say, what it do, baby? What it
you single
do,
now?
Baby?
I heard someone told me you.
I'm gonna do it with like 5 Ys.
Okay.
So.
Let's see if the baby gonna reply.
He's not gonna respond. We're probably because we're like the same height. So he's like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? But what I told you, we're gonna be famous. So we never know if we're gonna be in the same room with this nigga. Cause I mean, you know, I'm gonna find that bitch, possible. You know? So he gonna see me, I'm gonna see him, and he'll be like, what's poppin'? And that's on baby.
Okay.
So a few months ago, me and Sammy were on the Shade Room, and we happened to cross a path Jeannie Mai. She was talking about how when she enters her marriage with Jeezy, that she wants to be submissive and that the qualities that he has is like a leadership and blah, blah, blah. And it brought us to think like, what is it that women do? I mean, what is it that a man would do to make you want to be submissive to them? Because there are different calibers of men. And granted, we don't know much about their relationship, but I just know, I feel like their relationship has already been fast-tracked. Because I feel like 1 minute they were dating, next thing you know, it's like they were engaged. And like, I don't know, I guess it was also a thing about...
I think it happens faster when you're older, too. I feel like when you're in your 40s...
And you've already been married, too, so you know what you want and what you don't want.
Because people who are older, they tend to get married after a year. But us...
That's just like, we got to date for like 18, 20 years. And they were like, okay, marriage is so scary to us.
Very scary.
Someone else said... So she was just saying that in her previous relationship, it kind of failed because she wasn't submissive, that she was trying to be more independent and the woman of herself. But then she also said that goes back to that he was an abusive man to her. I think it was maybe emotionally. I don't know if it was a physical abuse, but she just said emotionally, like, she couldn't be submissive to that man. Right. So I guess it does bring us to our topic of conversation, which is to submit or to not
submit. Yeah. So pretty much, I was on Twitter and they were talking about this lady named Lydia, and I'm like, okay, why have I never heard about her on the Bible? Because I grew up in the church. I read the Bible front to back. So they've never been any mention of this woman. And I'm like, did this get lost in translation? Like, why was I never aware of her?
Of Lilith,
and apparently, Adam had a wife before Eve. And her name was Lilith. And first wife, and she was a problem because she was not allowing Adam to assert his dominance over her. So she got kicked out the Garden of Eden.
And here comes fucking Eve. So that's so crazy to say that everyone follows the Bible so, like, religiously, because that's what the fuck y'all are. It's a fucking cult. But y'all did not know anything about Lilith.
I had no idea this woman
because
existed.
I watch a lot of, like, you know, I guess it's like, I want to say, they're not really sci-fi shows, but they're like, I guess... I don't want to say historical because, you know, Lucifer and like other shows like that, they always say Lilith is connected to Lucifer. So I don't know how you get the fact that she was with Adam and then put her with Lucifer because she got kicked out. I don't know how y'all lost that one part in the Bible.
The only mention of her in the Bible is about her being a whore and cohabiting with men. They never talk about her being...
So Lilith is me? I'm just kidding.
They never talk about her being Adam's
first wife.
They only talk about her being a strong, independent woman who refused to submit to women.
Because you're a strong, independent woman...
You're a whore.
You're a whore?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Okay.
Because you're talking real fucking loud right now.
I mean, this is not Jesus' fault. It's white people's fault. Because they're the one that translated the Bible to this. So, for some reason, between the Hebrew language and English language...
How you translate something that you ain't even start? Because y'all were not even the original Hebrews, nor were y'all the original fucking Jewish people.
Okay.
But we're not going to get into that right now. What we're going to get into is the definition of what it is to be submissive. So, by my good sis Merriam-Webster, I don't even know who this bitch is. Maybe she's a white hoe too, because at this point, Merriam sounds like a white woman.
I thought Merriam-Webster was a man.
Was it?
I don't know.
We gotta see who the fuck this is making these definitions, because this sounds like someone. Miriam definitely sounds like he might be a white male, because the way these definitions are written out is something a man would say, because it sounds so manly. Like it has no woman in thought. Yeah. So the definition of to be submissive is the action or the fact of accepting or yielding a superior force or the will of authority of another person. That just sounds strong.
All that makes me want, well, like, one, authority, like that. I hate the word submit. Something about that word just makes me cringe, because it's like, it makes me feel like I'm bowing down. And that is not what I want to do in a partnership or a relationship.
I think, like we keep saying earlier, it's the verbiage of it.
It's definitely the verbiage.
The words that you're saying, you're using superior force, authority, yielding, accepting.
Sounds like I'm in the military.
It really does.
Yeah, that sounds like
it sounds crazy to me. Yeah. It's like, is it slavery? Is that exactly what we're talking about?
Sometimes I think slavery and marriage is synonymous.
That sounds crazy. Sounds fucking crazy.
Sometimes it feels like, because there's some stories about some wives who are, I follow some moms on Twitter. They complain about their husbands don't pick up their own towels, don't pick up their own socks, they shit on the door while I'm just like,
so they want free labor just because you got a ring.
Ma'am.
I mean, but niggas are still paying on rings like 12, 15 years after the fact of them buying it. So
right.
Which, that's another topic of conversation, because why the fuck are y'all buying rings y'all can't really afford? Because
same way niggas buy cars we can't afford. We make payments on our cars.
We do.
We make payments on our houses.
That's
true. We make payments on everything.
Capitalism fucking sucks.
Fucking sucks. So, do you think you're submissive?
I was gonna ask you, do you think you're submissive? That's crazy. But I don't think I'm submissive. I think I'm not submissive because, like we said, it's just the verbiage of it.
Yeah.
Like, everything that comes with being submissive, it's very, in my opinion, derogatory to the women.
It doesn't benefit us.
It doesn't sound like it benefits us.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to think of it in a different way for it to benefit a mutual understanding of it. Because I feel my whole entirety, I try to embody the whole independent, strong black woman. I think my entire life, I look at so many women that have submitted to men, and men treat them like their submission was their God-given right. Like, men feel like because I married you or because I gave you this title of my last name, you have to submit to me. Yeah. So my entire life, I'm like, I got to go against the grain so much.
Speaking of last name, would you change your last name when you're married?
That's crazy. I've had this conversation with men, and I just think I've been Ami Therese so long that the most I will do for you is hyphenated.
I agree, because can you imagine getting a degree and the degree's in your husband's name even though you worked hard for it?
Yeah.
Like
a doctorate or something like that.
Yeah, like, to me, I don't mind changing my last name if he's African, because I feel like I would want to pass that culture down to my kids. But if I end up with someone who isn't African, I am not changing my last name.
It's not.
I would definitely hyphenate it, but I'm not.
It's definitely have nothing to do with. I just think that I want to keep on that independence of, not saying that joining forces with someone for the greater good is not something I want to do, but personally, just changing my last name feel like I'm losing myself. And you got to think about 100%. How much shit you have to do. You have to get a new passport. You have to get a new, like, everything.
Everything.
You have to get everything new.
Why do women have to sacrifice and change so much when y'all don't have to change shit?
That's a part of submission too. Like, you have to give up so much to take on a man's responsibility of their life. Like, you're taking on a man's life. Yeah. You're taking on his family. You're taking on this. Granted, they're taking on the same amount, but it's so much more different for women, which we're going to get into later when it comes to the double standards of it all. But do you feel like you're submissive?
I don't think I'm submissive, but I do think I can submit. I don't even want to say the word submit. I can be understanding.
I can be compromising.
That's the word.
Compromising.
I feel like I'm not submissive, but I can compromise. Because I'm really, like, a pretty chill person for the most part. I'm not really argumentative. I'm not really like, oh, things have to be my way all the time. But I do have a very strong personality. I do know what I want. I do know what I don't want. So my thing is, if you don't check those boxes, I don't waste my time. Because I'm not gonna be that stay-at-home girlfriend or wife that just does the laundry and doesn't, have babies and barefoot and pregnant and doesn't go outside. I'm gonna be that woman who goes on vacation with her girls, drinks her wine, have fun, goes out, but still can respect you as my husband as long as you respect me as your wife.
But isn't that a problem within ourselves that when we look at submission as you being barefoot at home, not doing shit?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's the first thing that comes in our mind.
It's so barefoot and pregnant. Personal story of dating someone who wanted me to be submissive. He was about 10 years older than me at the time. I think I was 24, 25. He was like 35, 36, whatever. And we went to dinner, and people who know me, I'm a very, like, if you're my friend or if you're someone I care about, I'm going to take care of you. Like, I don't mind bringing stuff to you. I don't mind making you food. Like, people, if you're my friend, you're going to get fed. You're going to get taken care of. You're going to, like, that's something I do naturally.
Sammy feeds me all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Because one thing about Ami, she don't like to cook.
She don't eat, too.
But Ami don't like to cook. Niggas that I be dating, I'm like, I just want you to know, you're going to love it here, but I don't like cooking or doing laundry.
See, I enjoy cooking. I don't like fucking doing laundry, but I enjoy cooking. And it's not because I'm trying to be...
a wife.
Is that something I cook for my friends? I cook for people who love. So anyway, we were having dinner, and something I naturally do is the plate came out. So I put his plate out, put his food for him, and he was like, "Oh, I think you can be domesticated." I'm like, "Nigga, the fuck? Domesticate this pussy? Like, what? No one's trying to be domesticated. I'm not doing that to show you I am wifey material. I'm doing that because that's how I am naturally as a fucking person.
That just means you're naturally nurturing them.
I'm naturally nurturing.
I'm not naturally nurturing person. I would want, if my food to come out, I want my man to put it in front of my fucking plate and like put my shit out.
No, I would do that for you just because I think it's because I'm also the youngest child, so I'm used to being the slave of the house. I guess I don't know.
No, that doesn't make no sense to me because youngest are usually the babies of the house, so people are usually doing that to you. And it's crazy. The reason why I feel like I want the opposite, because when I go to my mama's house, everyone makes my fucking plate. I've never once made my plate at my mom's house. There was one time, side story, I know this is crazy, so off topic. But there was one day, my mom had her friend over, my mom cooked, and my mom makes my plate every time, like every day.
Yeah.
So people...
But I think it's an African thing, because my grandma would make my plate, go upstairs, and serve it to me. Like, that's just like, I feel like
okay, but yeah, my mom always makes my plate. So this one particular day, I was sitting at the table while she was talking to her friend, and my mom was like, "Oh, the food's done." So I'm looking at her like, "Okay, you're gonna make my plate?" And she was like, "You can make your plate." I caught the biggest fucking attitude, and I starved myself because she didn't make my plate.
That's a little dramatic, bitch.
Bro, and when everyone was just like, and I'm like, no, because my mom trying to fucking act out because her friends are here, da-da-da-da. She knows she always make my plates. So my little sister had to end up making my plate and bringing it to my room. Ask about me, bitch.
Girl, I'm looking at you like, bitch, get the fuck out.
Dead ass. Like,
that is ridiculous.
No one I will make my man's plate, but my mom got to make my plate.
See, I don't mind making anyone's plate, regardless if you're a man, woman, dog, sheep, or bird. Like, I will make your plate. It's nothing to be submissive. It's just like, I just hate
because you're a nurturing person. I'm not nurturing. Like, there's no nurturing bone in my fucking body. I nurture myself.
And that's, you are who you are.
And that's on the good book.
Right.
I got that shit from Max. Every time that bitch say that shit, I'm like, I like how that sounds. That's has a little ring-a-link to it.
So what does submission mean to you?
Submission looks like, to me, like the biblical sense of it, because I think that's what we always go back to.
100%.
It's the loss of independence.
Yeah.
It's like, whenever I think of being submissive, I'm just thinking like, who am I to myself? Yeah. That's why it's just like, it's so scary to me, because that's also why we keep saying marriage is scary to us, because we're like,
I don't want to lose myself. So many women lose themselves in marriage,
and they say that
and mothers.
I think you lose yourself way more in being a mother than when it comes to marriage. But usually, when I think of marriage, I think marriage equates to kids, because I'm not going to just marry someone just so we can hang out every day. I'm marrying you to build, because that's another reason why I'm not married right now, because I'm not ready to have kids, because I feel like initially when I get like married, it's because I want the next step in life.
I think you can be married and not want to have kids. I feel like,
that's a life partner then. So what's the point?
I don't see anything wrong with that. I feel like if you want to be married and not have children and you want to travel and enjoy yourselves, that's okay too. I can see myself doing that. Like, kids are not a big priority for me. Yes, ma'am.
I'm just saying, you got to think about it. Being married and not having kids, men are very vain. So to them, carrying on that legacy is a big thing for them.
But I don't think every man wants to have kids.
98% of the men that I've met, they want kids, already have kids, or like, it's the idea of someone else having their last name. Once again, when it comes to like marriage again, like it's the having the dominance of saying, I created this.
Yeah.
I created this family unit. I created this. I created that.
Actually, I created this shit, but you can, it was really me.
So what does it look like to you?
Submission looks like slavery to me. And I don't think it has to be that way. I think it's just the way it's the verbiage of it.
How it's been presented to us.
How it's been presented to us. All our life in the Bible, it was like, women should submit to the husband. Women should not have too much of a voice. Women should not have too much control. Women should not do this. Like, that's not appealing to me. I have a voice. I'm going to use my voice. I talk shit. I'm going to say what I have to say and when I have to say it and how I feel about it. That's always going to be me, and I'm never going to change that. I feel like the only thing is to just do it respectfully, you know, but I hate the word submit. I've tweeted this many times. The word submit turns me off completely. If a man used the word submit with me, I would leave him because I don't believe in that word. I think it should be said a different way so us to be more accepting of it, because like we say all the time, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So submission to me equals slavery. And I ain't trying to be a slave.
Hello. But I also want to touch on that when we talk about this. But why does submission always go back to domesticating you?
Yeah. Like, why do we kind of control and
why do we have to be domesticated?
Yeah. Why can't you be domesticated?
Let me see what the actual definition of domesticated is. I just know that it don't even.
Submission just means, like, to me it's like weakness. You know, and I'm not a weak bitch.
You seem like it's like
having your own.
It's like you're meek. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, domesticated, the definition is of an animal, tamed and kept as a pet on a farm.
Yes, because you domesticate animals.
So why do we use the same terminology that we're talking about for animals? Because like
human beings.
To human beings. And usually it's for women. It's not usually for men. We're not saying we're going to domesticate this man.
It's never for men. No one ever uses domestication for men.
I'm going to domesticate this man. I'm going to tame this man. We let men be men, which is another topic of conversation we're going to have another fucking day.
So women are not allowed to be women. We're not allowed to be our own person and have our own things. Because for some reason, if we're our own person, have our own things, we're selfish. We're like, oh, how dare you not have children? How dare you not take care of a man? How dare you not sacrifice your life for another whole fucking human being that you barely know? How do I know I'm gonna like this baby? You know, I might not like this kid. That kind of sounds.
That sounds horrible. Even though
not everyone likes their kids.
Girl, it's postpartum. That's probably why they don't like their kids.
Look, I might love my child.
Something mentally, but you know, loving. Definitely something that's internal. It's an internal issue. Okay. So hypothetically, if you could like. I know there's another talking point we need to do before this, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if you could change what the verbiage or the idea around submission is, how would you redefine that for yourself?
It's two people yielding to each other's needs and understanding that there will be a time where one person leads and one person follows, and it's okay.
Once again, compromising. That just sounds like a long definition just to say compromise.
Yeah.
It's like give and take. Everything is give and take.
I don't feel like I should always be in control of every single thing all the time. But I feel like in a relationship, you find out there's some things he's good at, and there's some things that you're good at.
Absolutely.
And you have to find a way to work together and mesh that.
Teamwork.
It's teamwork. And it's also about finding things that you don't like. To me, I don't like doing laundry. I don't. But I don't mind cooking and doing groceries and, you know, stuff like that. So I know whoever I'm with has to do laundry because I don't like folding clothes. I don't like doing laundry. And I don't like dusting. Dusting's like the least. Like,
we were just talking about that shit.
I feel like I hate fucking dusting. Like, that's just such a mental task that I don't want to do.
I'm just going to tell you, baby, when we get famous, I ain't going to touch my fucking house at all. Granted, my house don't even be dirty, but I just feel like when I see little shit on the floor, I'm like, damn, they gonna think I'm a dirty ass bitch.
Yeah.
Because when have you ever been in my house? Like, when have you ever been in my house and it's like dirty? But it's like, sometimes I look at my house and I'm just like, bro, I could be doing more. But I just like, why? Because I'm by myself. But
I remember we talked about this. I would never pay a person to clean my house.
I will.
It depends on how big the house is. If I'm living in a mansion, I'm for sure paying.
But we were also talking about the what do we say? What is the word? We're talking about same-sex relationships and how
submission is never used in homosexual relationships. It's always used in heterosexual relationships.
Yep.
Like, for example, if two men are together, two women are together, who submits?
Yeah.
Like, is it the more female one, or is it the more like
masculine one?
Like, I never hear that about submitting in a homosexual relationship.
But it goes back to the idea of like gender roles. I think.
So to me, submission is made up because no one.
Isn't everything made up though? Yeah. Everything is always lost in translation. You know why everything is lost in translation? Because we're raised by people that are raised by other people of ignorance of religion. Religion is always the core of why everyone does the things they do. No one ever makes these things up in their head. They follow something that they think is their moral compass.
Yeah.
No one has the ability to have profound thoughts from themselves. So when we keep following a doctrine that's built by white people, we're gonna keep having.
I think submission was not built by white people because you can go back to. It's a whole
submission.
world.
Let's think about who wrote the Bible. Who fucking started slavery? You are trying to get slaves to submit to a religion. You got people trying to submit. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's also submission. I don't think white people started submission. This has happened.
You know why? I think why? Because there were queens and kings that were right by each other making decisions in Egypt together.
No, they were not. It was the king doing what the fuck he wants and the queen just being there doing
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What white person told you that shit, though? Because there were queens that were really making decisions. I'm gonna send you my research. I'm gonna, because Sammy believes that.
I just don't think submission was created by white people. I don't think they started.
How do you leave the most pivotal thing out of the Bible of saying that he had another wife before Eve? They wanted us to think that women were the reason why things went left.
But even in African culture, way before white people invaded and colonized us, it was still this way. So I don't think white people started this. I feel like it's always been like since hunter and gathering. Men will go out and will go hunt and get food while women stay at home and take care of the family.
Hunter and gathering is for Neanderthals. I don't think black people will ever experience that. We had an abundance of life. We had food everywhere. So I'm just saying, we have different perspectives on that.
You don't think Africans ever hunted for food?
I'm not saying they didn't, but I'm just saying the hunter and gathering thing is like the real white people version of it. So you got to think about it. I really do believe, because you know how in Africa, women are okay with you having multiple wives because it's all beneficial in the overall picture.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's normal in Africa, but in America, polygamy is illegal. Why? Because
except in like a couple states.
Exactly, because the white people it's all about interpretation of how they do it and how it's being done. Because polygamy is not even beneficial in the United States. It's not. They don't do it for beneficial reasons. It's for either religious reasons or for a selfish reason.
Yeah. I just don't believe white people invented
It's cool. I'm a fucking show you, bitch. They invented all this fucking shit that's gonna separate us. Fuck y'all.
Bitch, you fucking stupid.
I told you I'm retracting everything I say when we get famous, so I don't even give a fuck.
All right. So, like, when do you submit and when do you not submit?
I think it is best to submit when it's mutual and there's an understanding and it's not forced. I think it's best when it doesn't even feel like a submission. It just feels like you're literally just, the man you're with just makes you feel so safe that you don't feel like, oh, me doing this for him is a reward for him doing something for me. Mm-hmm. It just feels like my man knows my strengths. It just has to be something that's mutual. If I am submitting and I don't know I'm doing it, that's the best way to get me.
I think I'm going to change the verbiage, and it's when to compromise and when not to compromise. And that's what it is for me. It's whenever you realize this is not, you know what they say, choose your battles wisely.
That's crazy, because I said when it benefits the relationship.
Yeah, like there's some things you don't have to argue about. There's some things you don't have to fight. There's some things like there's not that big of a deal. And especially if you're in a relationship where you care about this person, you have to understand there will 100% be a time where you have to compromise and bow down to that person. Male or female, you would do it. Just like the nigga I was talking today. I was like, you're going to do this for me, this for me, this for me. And he was like, yeah, okay. Like, that's kind of him submitting to what my needs are.
But you got to also think about it. You're just, like you said, pick and choosing your battles. Because you lose the battle, but you're going to ultimately win the war. And the war is the relationship. Yeah. Because relationships are a fucking war zone.
Shit, I don't know. It's been a while since I've been one.
I fucking know. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what it's like. It's been a couple years.
So when is it not okay to submit, though?
Whenever you... Whenever you feel like it's a losing battle. Whenever you feel like you're giving up way too much.
That's
whenever
true.
You feel like you're giving up things that is important to you in order to make someone else happy. Whenever you sacrifice your happiness for someone else's.
I think that's the key word.
Yeah.
Happiness.
It's happiness. That's when you should not, like, there's some things that you should just not do because it makes someone happy. Even though especially if it makes you completely unhappy.
Yeah.
Like, let's say your man wants your hair blonde and you hate blonde hair. You should not have to dye your hair blonde.
But
you're
speaking the truth of most people. Some people are in relationships where they're fucking miserable. But to save face and to say that they have someone, they are willing to go through these things that make them uncomfortable, make them unhappy.
Just like the moms of Twitter who complain about having to pick up over their husbands. Bitch, why you telling me this shit? Tell your man to pick up his own shit. You should never have to.
Is it going to change anything? You have his last name at this point. Like, you're kind of like, by law. It's...
So you say when you change your last name, you become a slave? Like, I don't...
We didn't even have last names. So the fact that we get last names now, shit. Thank you, America.
Yeah,
shit.
Like, I don't understand why you are so comfortable telling the internet about how useless your husband is while still being married to him.
Like, because one thing about me, if you a useless nigga, I'm going to talk about you to my fucking friends, but I ain't telling the world. I'm going to disrespect you in private. And to the world, we just gonna leave it alone.
I'm a huge believer, I said very much, in mutual beneficial relationships. Yeah. Like, if you cannot benefit me and I can benefit you, you're at this point, you're a parasite. And I don't need any parasitic worms in my life. Like, you are literally sucking the life out of me, and I don't need that energy.
Facts.
Because I want to give life. I want to have a very
fruitful,
happy relationship, organic life. And if I'm with someone who is expecting me to do things that I never want to do, it's not mutually beneficial.
I think when to not submit actually goes in hand with you're saying is when it's not who you are, because
it's not who I am as
honestly,
a person.
I'm not a submissive woman. I'm really not. And I've done that. I programmed my brain like that.
And I want to make a side note. It is okay if you want to be submissive. If you want to be a wife and that's your goal, to be a wife and a caretaker and everything, that's fine. I feel like some women find joy in that. And as me being a feminist, it's your right to choose. If your choice is to be domesticated and to be a wife and a caretaker, and that's what you're happy doing and being taken care of, that's absolutely fucking fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your choice. But as for me and my life, I don't want to be a housewife. I do want to work. I want to have my own money. I don't want to be a kept woman. You know, even though I do like things with money, I still want my own shit. You know.
Well, the feminism in me, I always want women to want more for themselves, because I've seen too many situations with not even just my friends, but I'm saying my mom's friends, which they're women in their 40s that got married in their 20s. So, because my mom is not very old. I've seen many situations where they were been with their husbands since they were so young. They got married to them, gave them kids, and now they're in their 40s and their husband is doing whatever the fuck they want to.
Yeah, because they're so used to that lifestyle.
They're literally having affairs and don't give a fuck, because you know why? You don't got a job.
Yeah. What can you do about it?
You have to ask them for money. You have to ask them for this. So as the feminist that I am, and I feel like the evolving world that we're in, you gotta have something. Even if you're the woman of the house, I know I wouldn't condone this to anyone else, but have money to the side.
You don't think feminism is giving a woman right to choose?
It's not even about the right to choose. It's because I think you should want more for yourself than having kids.
But that's something people are okay with that. That's
you
fine.
Find joy in that because your mother instilled that in you. No one ever. You got to think about it. People. It's the thing you learn by seeing. So if you see a mother that is a stay-at-home mom and is happy with that, you see that shit and you're like, I don't really need a career, because we learn by seeing. We don't always learn by other shit. Just like if your friends smoke, you gonna smoke too, because you hang around them and they're like, they like it. So we are observant learners. Yeah. We're also like, if you see it, like even with the media, if you see all these fucking strippers get all this money, what you want to do? Be a stripper. So it's like, if you see bitches with rappers, and you're like, that's my next come up, you're like, nigga, I want to get a fucking rapper regardless of what it's like. So we learn by what we see and what we're programmed to see, like, think is acceptable.
I agree 100%, but I also think
no one wakes up one day and saying, my greatest joy is to have kids. Because guess what?
Some people do.
But when your kids are gone, that's why so if that's your biggest joy, when your kids are out of the house, that's why you and your man get divorced, because that's the only thing kept y'all together. That's the only common interest that you had, because you had so much joy being a mother, and now your identity of being a mother is gone.
That's your only identity, is being a mother.
That's why
I see it both ways. I don't agree with wanting to be a stay-at-home wife and being your joy is being a mother, but I also agree if that's your choice and that's what you actually found joy in, and that's fine. I'm not going to tell you it's wrong. I'm not going to tell you you should do better. I'm not going to tell you
I'm not going to tell you to do better, but I'm going to say you should want more. Like you.
That's probably more for them. That's it for them.
That's not more.
But for you, it's opinions are not facts.
Opinion is fact. Because if it's a factual thing that most relationships outside of your children, like, what about your husband is appealing other than the fact that he gave you kids? Like, what about your, because most people after, like,
girl, I don't know. I don't agree with that
idea
mindset. I just don't agree. I don't feel like I should tell people that it's
I will.
okay.
I'll be the one to tell them. If you're not the one to tell them, Ami will always be the one to tell you to be that woman that wants more than just a marriage. Because I've seen my mother. I've seen my grandma.
I 100% agree to want more than just being someone's wife. I don't. That's not.
Because it's not a bad. It's not a bad come up, but it's not an it's not a like an end goal. You know why? Because a nigga can wake up one day and fucking change his mind. Yeah. But guess what? $100 bill is going to still be a fucking $100 bill. And that's all, period.
Exactly.
So what double standards is there when it comes to men being submissive and women being submissive?
The only double standard is that men are never told to be submissive.
Facts.
Men are never told to bow down. Men are never told to, like, you know, you should listen to your wife.
Obey your wife and,
there's
honor your wife.
There's no verbiage for that for when it comes to men. So, but and that leads men to believe that, oh, like you say, I'm the big dog now. Like
I am the big dog.
Like I control. Like it's such a different way of raising men and women. That it's a man is this, and a woman should just kind of lead. I mean, follow a man's lead, and that's the double standard. Men are never taught to follow a woman's lead.
Men are always told men can be men and they can do whatever the fuck they want to, X, Y, and Z. And women have to follow this lead of women that were raised by other women that weren't very... I'm not going to say people are not educated. Because like you said, people have joys in that. But there has to be duality in it.
And I feel like because of that, men have such a big problem with women in leadership roles.
Facts.
And because
that's why most movies you don't see women in leadership roles unless it's a utopia.
Yeah, it's like men. Whenever like people think about, oh, we're not ready for a woman president yet. No, we the fuck is ready for a woman president. You're just not ready to accept a woman being in control of the United States.
Women will be in control because their husband are in control. That's the only reason why Hillary Clinton got half as far as she fucking got, because she had a husband that was in control.
Yeah, like when a woman's president, what do you call him? The first man? Like, there's no language for that.
There's no
word. Like, there's no word for a male who's married to a president.
Because they always keep saying the men rule the world, but woman is the one that created life.
Yeah.
So ultimately, if y'all think about it in that way, in the spiritual aspect, women created life. So if we're the ones that can create life, why can't we be the ones that dictate life? Why is it that we have the ability to give life, but we can't be able to
dictate it?
Yeah.
Well, this is saying, let the woman do the work. Honestly. Life is so much better when we control things. It really is. Like, if people say life is so much better when a woman comes into your life and she changes it. It's so much better.
And they always do. You have that saying.
So much better.
That saying that says, behind every great man, there's a very strong woman. There's a saying like that. So why is it that I'm behind you, making sure that you're great, but I can't be great with you equally?
Yeah, I don't. And
that's my problem when it comes to relationships and everything. Because why am I not an equally opportunity partner? Why can't I not walk beside you? Because when you have a power couple,
like in pictures, you notice how there's always a picture and the man's
walking in front of woman's behind.
Like why?
Why do I gotta hold you down and I just feel like anything that has to surround women with helping a man up, the verbiage around it is so demeaning, in my opinion.
I don't like it.
But
men are never taught to stay down for the come up for women.
They're never.
But women have to stay down for
absolutely
stay down for the come up. No, nigga, I ain't staying down for no shit.
Bitch, drop me off. I'm not a ride or die, and I will never be a ride or die. And that song, what?
That song,
Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay.
All right.
So let's get into some questions, bitch.
Well, my questions ran down on my phone, so we're using it.
Okay, well, my question is, what makes you want to submit to your man?
Absolutely nothing. Like, it's even if you have a lot of money and this still doesn't make me want to submit to you. Like, I just feel like it's just a word. If you can say what makes you want to compromise with your man, okay, it's the fact that I want this relationship to last. Yeah. And I know that I'm not always going to be right, and I'm not always going to be... Because I don't know how to do everything.
Yeah.
I don't know... I'm not the smartest person in the world. I don't know how to... there's some things that you're good at, and I have to be like, okay, cool. I'm okay with taking the backseat at certain things, as long as he's okay with taking the backseat at certain things, too. So, nothing makes me want to be submissive, because as you get the definition, I don't want anyone to have authority over me. I'm not someone who can control or tame. I'm a bitch who does what she wants, how she wants it.
I feel that.
Yeah.
What makes me want to submit to a man is I feel safe. I feel unjudged. I feel, like I always keep saying throughout this entire episode, that it's mutual. That I'm not the only one doing the compromising. I'm not the only one by myself in this shit. Like, making me want to submit, it's so much more than just, and I would, like I'm saying,
I hate that word.
I know, we keep saying we hate the word, but I will submit to someone that I said doesn't make me feel like I'm submitting. I feel if we're both mutually in this bitch, like, we riding this hoe. Like, you are vulnerable with me. You are communicative with me. I don't even know if that's a fucking word. But it's just the entirety of it. And it's case by case, because sometimes you just know. Like, that's one thing I always say. Sometimes you just fucking know when you want to submit to someone. Okay. You can literally be with someone for 8 years and never once want to yield to their ways.
Just like Jen and mine.
Yeah, you don't want to yield to their ways, but you can meet someone for 2 months and you're already you already thinking like,
that just makes you want to like fall to his arms, and
it's
feel
like
safe and relaxed. Like I agree with that. I agree with
the sense of comfort.
I'm kind of a hypocrite now, because I believe in men being a provider and, you know, making me feel safe and comfortable. Because who wants a bitch ass nigga? I need to know you can fight. I need to know you can beat a nigga's ass for me. I need to know you will shoot a nigga for me. Like, that's the kind of nigga I like. I need to know, like,
that's my type, nigga. That's my type.
Like, I cannot be with the man who's gonna run from a fight, because I'm like, bitch. I mean, unless it's like you gotta run, you know.
I ain't never ran from a nigga, and I damn sure am about to pick a day to start.
If fight you don't fight.
Bruh, I literally just saw this meme. Hold up, because that shit was so funny to me. Because I'm going to read it right now, because I saw this shit earlier. Yeah. I said, this is me as fuck. Hold on. I probably got so much fucking memes in my phone, so let me make sure this is the right one.
Yeah.
It says...
I finally found... I remember a question that I had right now.
Okay, it says, quiet, laid-back men. Why do you go for a loud, fiery woman?
I retweeted that on Twitter.
And it says, someone got to tell the waiter I ignored my mashed potatoes. Yeah. And it ain't gonna be me. And that's me. Like, I feel like that is what I'm gonna do for my man. Like, we have weaknesses and downfalls, but we can definitely balance each other out. So like you keep saying, if we don't say compromise, if we don't say submission, like we say a mutual benefit.
Yeah. It's a mutual benefit.
Because I'm about to tell this waiter she got us fucked up. And if not, we're gonna walk out this bitch.
Okay, it's never that serious. But I will say, like, hey, I'm the person who's going to call and get your bill lowered. I'm the person who's going to, you know, let you know that you fucked up his nail. I'm the person who's I'm going to do that for you.
It's crazy because my last relationship, that's how it was. It was like good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, I'm over here getting mad. And then he'll call right behind me and was like, sorry for the misunderstanding.
Yeah, no.
But this is what she really meant.
Misunderstand, bitch. I said what I said, and I feel the way I feel.
But sometimes his method worked, and sometimes my method worked, because I'm over here like, let me talk to a manager. Well, I can't get a hold of them. I'm like, I could wait.
Yeah, definitely.
And then he'll be like, we can call back. I'm like, no.
But sometimes you do catch more flies with honey. But sometimes you need to be a big dog.
It's bees, bitch. It's bees with honey, sis.
Oh, okay. Sometimes you do catch more bees with honey. But one of my questions were that I finally remembered. What is it? Why do you think men are so obsessed with having a wife that wants to submit?
They're obsessed with it because it just makes them look like that nigga. Mm-hmm. I think it's views for it. It's
guys want to be that nigga.
They want to be that nigga because it's like when you show your partners or your fucking family who you fucking talking to, they be like, oh, she cute.
Yeah.
Like they like that. They're like yeah, my bitch would do this without question. Like she arrived for me. Yeah. They like that idea of knowing that everyone knows that that's the kind of bitch you are for him.
Yeah.
Even if that's not the kind of nigga he is for you.
That's the kind of nigga I like. You know, I like nigga that I know that if I need you to, you know, pay a bill or do some shit for me or like anything.
It's a great feeling, of course, but it's like I'm not gonna say this nigga submits to me. I'm gonna say this nigga really fucks with me. Yeah. That's how I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say this nigga fuck with me because he know if I'm down and I need it. Because I'm not a bitch that asks for shit. So when I ask you for it, I want it and I need it. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, fucking a nigga that can do shit for you is a dub. Ladies.
What?
Ladies.
Hello?
I'm gonna let you know right now. You don't need to give any man no pussy that you can't call at night when you got a flat tire and he'll come over and help you.
Girl.
If he can't change your tires for you when you call him, don't fuck him. If he can't pay a bill when you need it, don't fuck him. Like, I'm not even trying to, like, be like a gold digger that, like, only fuck niggas who got... No, just...
Mutual
it's mutually
benefit.
Beneficial. You're giving this man pussy. He
but
should be able to
can you say more than just pussy? Because I just feel like we giving y'all emotional support.
Yeah.
We're giving y'all, like, you know,
so
much. Because I feel like when you just say pussy, it just sounds like, well, they give us dick. Because I remember I was having a conversation with someone, they were like, why y'all think that pussy's power? Pussy is power.
Why do you think niggas spend millions of dollars for it? Why do you think niggas go to war for it?
Bro, niggas do everything for pussy. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Y'all get haircuts for pussy. Y'all get outfits for pussy. Why y'all be wearing 3 different designers for pussy?
Like, every man either directly or indirectly pays for pussy. Y'all do. It is what it is. So if he's not doing anything for you, sis, please stop fucking him right now. If he's at your house, stop fucking him right now, sis.
Okay, my question is, because this is my last and final question. Would you rather your partner be submissive to you?
No. I don't want a man that can run over. I don't want a man that can control.
I was going to say, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
When you say it like that, no, I don't.
I don't want a man, because to me, I am a dominant woman. Yeah. And I'm very like direct. And I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know what I want to deal with. I know what I don't want to deal with. And if you can't give me some pushback, you can just let me just do whatever. I don't want that. I don't want a weak man.
Yeah.
You know, I do like, even though I consider myself an alpha woman, I also want an alpha man. Not just a man that's like, piece of shit, cook my meals. That kind of alpha man. No, I want an alpha man that can know when to step up to his plate and when to chill, relax.
That's definitely a great way to say it, because a pushover is not a man for me.
It's not a man for me. I'm too much of a dominant bitch for that.
Anyone that knows me is, I'm like, if you don't know, Ami's very combative. Like, she will literally fight tooth and nail, and I might be wrong as fuck. Okay?
Ami will argue with the dog.
Ami argues with children. So.
Okay, Ami will bark back at the dog.
And I think I do it intentionally to see what I can get out of the situation. I want to see how are you going to react when I give you that combative side. If you are very meek and like, oh shit, I'm sorry, oh my gosh, like that makes me feel this type of way when you do this. And I'm just like, I need someone that's like, that can communicate their frustrations instead of someone that allows me to do whatever the fuck I want to.
And at the same time, not be a bitch, you got me fucked up kind of nigga.
Yeah. Because I don't need someone that's so far left, like you're so alpha that you don't give a fuck, but I don't need someone that's so like, I don't want to lose you, so don't, I need a nigga that's a very moderate person, because I can give you the same energy you give me, but I just don't need you to, I don't need you to quibble up, but I don't need you to fight me. Don't fight me.
That means you can't fight. I don't know. I need a nigga who can fight. Like, that means you
can't.
It's
not even about fighting. It's just about like we said, it's like picking and choosing battles. And sometimes you do shit to get reactions out of niggas. Anyone that knows me, you just do shit just to see how you gonna act in this reaction. Like, even in new relationships, you pick a fight just to see what kind of nigga, like, what kind of fight we in. Like, are we...
I don't do that.
Girl, I do. I'm trying to figure out what nigga I'm giving my fucking heart to, because this is a very golden heart. Anyone that knows me, when we're on a date, I'm telling you, I'm top tier. Like, I'm very, like, narcissistic. When I'm dating someone, I put myself on this pedestal, because if you're not going to do it, I'm going to let you know right now, this is where I'm at. You're going to have to meet me here. I'm never bringing myself down for you. So it's like, there's so many times where I would tell Sam, like, oh, I'm really feeling with a nigga. And like a week, 2 or later, I'm like, nah. Because when you have your worth so high, niggas got to meet you there.
I agree 100%, but I'm not very like argumentative, combative either. I am. So I'm a really chill, laid back kind of person, because I feel like if I have to argue with you, I'm not gonna deal with you. I don't believe in changing people.
I'm not saying argue. I'm just saying see where it's at, because you got to think about it. In the beginning, niggas are gonna give you what you want. They're gonna do everything just because they feel like that's what you need. There's been many times where I told you things about guys and then I retract my statement, because I'm like, they showed me who they were in a month because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, that's why I don't be having sex with niggas till I gotta know who they are.
Hey, that's why I be in and out. like the fucking fast food, I be in and out. Like, bro, you got me fucked up. Girl. I would rather that shit be in a month than be 4 or 5 months in the game. So it's like
100%. I'm very, very good at leaving niggas where they got me fucked up at.
Girl, and I'm okay with taking losses, because y'all don't understand.
Yeah.
I will take a loss and I'll take it peacefully. But if you got me fucked up 5-6 months in the game, that's when it's a problem.
That's the worst.
I would rather take a dub like
early.
A month. Yeah. Because then I'll be like, bro, you ain't get shit out of this. Like, but what? 2 or 3 sex cycles?
Not even that with me. You won't get no sex cycles with me.
Not sex cycles with me.
But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much our conclusion for the topic. Being submissive. It's just we don't have problems with yielding and compromising. It's just the word submit. I don't like the word. I'm never gonna do what that word says, because it means to domesticate someone, and domestication is for animals. I'm
not
not a fucking animal.
Trying to domesticate you.
I'm not an animal. I'm not a horse. I'm not a dog.
Girl,
I'm not
it's
all this.
in your nature.
Yeah.
Just let me liberate you. You don't need no papers. That man is not your maker. That's Robin Thicke.
I know.
Well, you wasn't singing with me.
I don't know the words.
Oh, that's awkward.
Like, I didn't like the song that much.
So, yeah.
You can see cheat on my good, says Paula, but, you know.
That bitch ain't got no personality. That's why.
How you know? You know her personally?
No, but the movies, you give a character to act, and you can't even do that. So Paula Patton cannot fucking act. So if you can't act, that means you ain't got no personality in real life. Because you got to think about it.
They were together since he was like 15 and 16.
But I know, but you got to think about it. To be an actor, you have to have dimensions to yourself, because you're not going to always get the same part. Mm-hmm. So you have to have different levels of acting, and she don't got it.
I don't know the bitch personally, so I can't say what she got.
I know that bitch personally because of the movies.
So all movies don't tell you nothing about nobody, just like my podcast don't tell you shit about me. So
go away. So thank y'all for following us on this journey about being submissive or not. You don't have to be submissive, or you can be submissive, and there's no problem with whatever your pro-choice is, because we're feminists that don't give a fuck. I mean, I do give a fuck, but you know what? I want better for y'all. She don't give a fuck, but I give a fuck because I want more for your pussy.
I want the best for my females too, but I feel like it's not my job to tell people.
It's my job. That's why they watch our podcast. It's our job to tell them, because they're lost sometimes.
It's not my job to tell people what to do with their
lost
life.
Without me. Can't help myself. Sorry, Robin Thicke is really coming with the words today.
I don't know. Something about Robin Thicke don't sit right with me. So fuck that white man.
While you're at it, follow our Patreon, follow our YouTube, follow our Facebook. We got a Facebook too, y'all.
Yeah, we do got a Facebook.
At The Real Sip and Spill, except everything except
Twitter, except and spill
Spill one.
And give us a 5-star rating because we're some 5-star bitches.
Ow.
I sip wine.